It is a great day to have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Lucas Wenzel, Tyler Plath, hanging out with you on stream today. We are going to smash an Underdog Fantasy draft. No puppies to smash today, just pugs. Just pugs. Only pugs, not puppies in general, but pugs specifically. Underdog just came out with 3 new contests today. The Hound Dog 2, 5-entry max. The Pug 2, which is a 3-entry max. And then the Golden. I mean, as you can see, it's all easy entry. $6 for the Hound Dog, 12 for the Pug, 10 for the Golden. Have you maxed out either of these yet?
I've entered 5 slow drafts on the Hound. And I've gotten the 101 in 2 of the 5. So we are having a great day.
Influencer 101. Come on, Underdog. Influencer 101. Look, if you're just tuning in and you're new here, you might be seeing this over on our new YouTube channel. All right. So we moved out of mom's basement, as I've been coining it. We got the podcast its own channel finally. So instead of posting it on our shorts channel, we have a whole separate YouTube channel now for our podcast. So if you're not subscribed over there yet, you're watching on the shorts channel. If you look where you're watching the live right now, it'll quite literally say the Fantasy Football Fellas Shorts. If you're on that channel, go ahead, click the link in the description and head on over to our new channel, subscribe over there. And as Jackson said, when do the winners for the contest get announced? Yes. If you go and comment on our most recent video on the channel and subscribe to the new channel, one person will get a free copy of our Fantasy Football Fellas draft guide for 2024. So Jackson, to answer your question, our next video comes out tomorrow. So we will be announcing a winner by the time that video is released, because then we're going to start the contest all over again. If you didn't win it the first time, you can come back and try and win it again on the next video. We're going to be giving away a draft guide for every video we post on the new channel for the month of July. So we'll have the winner announced tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and we'll rerun the contest then on tomorrow's podcast as well. We appreciate you, Jackson. Thanks for tuning in, man. Oh, we got some friends in the chat. I love this.
Let's go.
I love this. All right, Ty. Without further ado, let's dive on in. Let's crush a fantasy football draft here. If you're not on Underdog Fantasy yet, and you want to draft with us, you can click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching. Unless you're over on Twitter, you'll have to go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Use the promo code FELLAS to sign up, because they will give you a special for their Pick'em lobby and up to $250 in bonus cash when you sign up. And it's another way you can get our draft guide for free as well. But if you want to come in draft with us, we're going to hop in the Pug 2 at $12 entry. We're going to go 15 or 30 seconds a pick. Do you think we can get through 2 if we do 15 seconds?
Oh, we can. Absolutely.
We want to do it. Should we do 2? Let's do 15 seconds. Let's see if we can crush 2.
The beauty of these 15-second drafts is that they will take like a max of
30 minutes.
Yeah, like they go by in a breeze. So like you do have to pay attention, but if you were just itching for a draft, this is the perfect place to do it. Again, 15-second clocks. There's no other place that does it like this.
And they got them on Hound Dog has it too. They got 20 seconds per pick on Hound Dog. They're experimenting a little bit. Golden is still 30, but yeah, it is only fast drafts for the Pug. You don't have to do any slow. So let's do a 15-second. Let's see if we can crush 2 Pugs here. It's a 3-entry max. Maybe if we get lucky and we do it in 20 minutes, we can get 3 in. We got to record the podcast yet tonight. But let's do 15 seconds here. We are going to dive in. Location error. That's a lie.
Again.
That happened, 3 streams ago? Something like that?
Two, maybe like 2 weeks ago, because we didn't do one last week. So there we go. Hey.
We are waiting on 4 more people to hop in here. So if you want to dive in with us, now's your chance. Code Fellas over on Underdog. You can hop in with us in this draft. I know Tyler's crossing his fingers for the Influencer 101 here.
Literally, really anything but, really anything but the 110 and 19 or anything after that. Like So
Actually,
8 picks, please. The thing is, though, like I
turn his negative EV this year.
Yeah, yeah. It gives me some kind of hope though that Josh Norris and Hayden Winks, the guys that do the Underdog football show, definitely check them out. Like their content is awesome.
Love it. Gotta go watch it.
Been saying that they've been getting stuck in like that 10, 11, 12 range as well. So it's like, wow.
Never related much more.
Right.
Never related anymore.
Stuck there. Like it makes me feel a little bit better.
This is a great question from Anthony popping in here because as we're thinking about where we're going to be drafting and we're about to get our answer, would you rather draft a wide receiver or a running back in the first round? Okay, the 109. I'm not.
Okay.
Look, it's not. We're in with Lions Walter picks here.
Yeah, I'm literally going to go see if he's live on TikTok to see.
Would you rather draft a wide receiver or a running back in the first round? Yeah, so it really depends because for me, Chris McCaffrey is still the 101. Basically picks 102 through 105, probably all wide receivers for me. You get CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. When you get to the 106, I think you can start having a conversation if you go Amon-Ra or Breece Hall or Bijan Robinson. But then by the time you get to the tail end of the first round, if you go Jahmyr Gibbs, I wouldn't be upset about that. If you were to go an A.J. Brown, I think I would lean an A.J. Brown over a Jahmyr Gibbs. Would you lean Puka over Jahmyr Gibbs? I'm starting to lean Jahmyr over Puka.
I'm going to check my rankings courtesy of our draft guide. So here's a little sneak peek for you folks. I've got 1, 2, 3. I have 4 running backs in my top 10. Like I've got Gibbs as a top 10 player overall. So I am a little bit more in on Gibbs, but I certainly understand the argument for some people that would rather, again, try to go in AJ Brown, Puka Nacua, or even Garrett Wilson in front of Jahmyr Gibbs.
We'll get to this question shortly. We'll get to this question shortly. Don't worry, Mario. Well, we can't hide from it. We'll get to this shortly. Oh, piss. All right. Bijan Robinson, you good with that?
Absolutely.
That's an easy
absolutely
slide. That's an easy slide in the 109 there.
Seriously, like that 107 to 110 range. If you can get one of the running backs to slide there, it makes that pick so much better. Like I do like some AJ Brown, but like if you can get a Breece or a Bijan in that range, I love that start immediately.
100%. Yeah, if you can get one of those guys to slide past AJ Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Because I would take him before AJ Brown, but then AJ Brown's the next guy on my list there. Oh, I was hoping we could double stack that Falcons offense right away.
I think we go Olave here.
You like Olave?
Yeah.
I consider Jonathan Taylor, but I think I'd rather go Olave as well.
I don't mind JT, but again, when you go Bijan in the first, like I rarely have I ever started running back in like the team that I draft at the end of it.
From Chiz, yes, Puka is a first round pick. I think he's going to be going consistently right around the 110, 111 range, right where he went in this draft. I think the top 8 is pretty set in who it's going to be, but then I think when you get to Jahmyr Gibbs, Puka Nacua, that's where it starts to become a conversation. Jackson, try to go Bijan or Breece. My rankings have Breece. I mean, it is if you're playing in PPR leagues. We saw what Breece Hall could do in the receiving game last year. Bijan Robinson has similar upside, but I think when you got Breece and Garrett Wilson as your 2 primary weapons for the Jets, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to want to fully utilize those. Think about what Aaron Jones was able to do when he was with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like Breece Hall is a much better player than Aaron Jones was at that stage of his career. So I would go Breece.
Yeah, I really don't think you can go wrong with either of them. With where you where you pick in the first round, like obviously we're not going to be 102 and reaching for one of these guys, but like honestly, you could ask me this tomorrow and I might say Bijan just because of a piece of news that came out. But right. As of right now, like I'm Breece Hall like 6 times out of 10.
This is a gross range. Who are you looking at here? I hate all the players in this range. I know you like Michael Pittman a little bit, but
I feel like I feel like Pittman is probably, I would say Pittman probably.
I would.
Not really.
Okay. I hate all the players here. I hate them all. I don't want to draft any of them.
Get a little. Nah, we'll just let Derrick Henry get auto.
Yeah, that's fine. We can auto hit Derrick Henry.
Like,
I don't like Derrick. I don't. 3-pick slide. I'm okay with it. I'll scoop up value, and then we're done at running back for the foreseeable future. We are going wide receiver heavy from here on out.
We should just do like a 2 running back build and just see what happens.
3 running back build? Is that what I just heard? 3 running back build?
2. I said 2, not even 3.
You gotta CEH 18th round it. So
all right, Audric estimate, because who knows? Sean Hayden might just throw him in
with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Right. Now I'm not. I mean, I'm cool with any of the receivers that are going to come back to us.
100% agree.
I'm really
upset with how early Devonta Smith is going. I love grabbing the Jalen Devonta stack if I can at all this year. Yep. Amari or Christian?
Would you go Kelsey? Kind of like Kelsey.
Kind of like Kelsey too, man.
Yeah,
all right,
that Kelsey. One.
That's fine.
I mean, it is quite literally Travis Kelsey, Amari Cooper, or Christian Kirk. And I know that like wide receivers you need wide receivers and wide receiver depth, but like, come on now, like Travis Kelsey is still Travis Kelsey. And you're getting him what is now 4 rounds after where he was going in drafts last year. Like, come on now.
Okay, let's go back to Mario's question.
There we go.
Ayuk slander last year. The reality is, or this year, excuse me. The reality is, when you have limited volume and you have 18 yards of reception, something has to give. And what's going to give is 18 yards of reception. If he comes down to 15, which is still a great year for any wide receiver, that comes down to 15. Ayuk finished as the wide receiver 13 last year. Like, you are banking on him getting 17 and a half a reception again this year, which is the biggest issue with it all, is that you just can't assume he's going to hit 18 a reception again. That is such an outlier number. And people will say, well, yeah, but it's the Green Bay Packers, the San Francisco 49ers offense, excuse me. And it's like, yeah, but is Brock Purdy going to be as good as he was last year? TBD. Okay, wide receivers are absolutely terrible in this range.
Yeah, I mean, we have to go receivers. Yeah.
Well, you have to, 100%.
I'm kind of hoping either Ridley or Godwin here.
Yep, I would. Okay, Ridley is good by me. I would rather maybe use like Jamar Chase. Yep, smash.
Easy pick.
Easy pick. I will say I do prefer DeAndre Hopkins at ADP, but
it's not even like Calvin Ridley is going that much higher or outrageously higher than him either, though. So you can make an argument for one or the other, or one or the other.
I agree.
Real quick, just back to this Ayuk thing.
Yep, go for it.
I think I was thinking about this literally throughout the entire day. People get sucked into the efficiency or being highly efficient narrative, thinking that 1, it's consistent, and 2, Richardson.
I think so.
Value, dude. Value.
We're literally gonna have no wide receivers on this team.
Hey, you know what? YOLO.
Look at how uncorrelated. I hate this team already. It's so uncorrelated.
I think
it makes me sick.
We can correlate after.
I'm disgusted with this team. 15-second drafts suck. I can't think.
Well, no, it's just because people in front of us have literally been taking the guys that we need. So, again, don't necessarily buy into the, wow, he's he's super efficient, right? What you're looking for is touches. What you're looking for is volume. Yes, you can be super efficient, but it's not something that you can necessarily bank on year in and year out. So if you ever hear an argument for a player that is like he was, super efficient last year, he can be super efficient again this year. It's kind of a load of false news or like fake, not
Bull
helpful
honky.
news, right? Because like again, there's no way that you can predict, exactly how efficient a player can be. I don't think anyone predicted Brandon Ayuk to be 18 yards a reception last year, right? It comes and goes. And again, like you said, something has to give between touches and his efficiency. It's always going to be the efficiency. And especially in an offense where there is no turnover in terms of, available targets, vacated targets, anything like that. Ayuk is just a hard guy to choose, especially when we're pushing him into this top 12 tier. He is going as a top 12 wide receiver in best ball. So it's not for me. It won't be in redraft. It will be for some people, but I will gladly let them do that.
I'm not even going to put my player in the queue that I want because we're not going to get him. I'm so upset. I hate this team. This team. I hate this team. I want to mail this one in. This team is disgusting, Tyler. Who do you take? I'm not reaching down for a wide receiver. No, you
quarterback.
Stop.
This draft already stinks. Why not sink it even more?
We're going 4 running backs, and we're taking another one with our next pick, and then we are drafting the crap out of wide receivers the rest of this draft.
I mean, I'm cool with literally Courtland Sutton or Curtis Samuel here. Like, we don't need to take another running back.
But are these running backs going to outscore Courtland Sutton with Bo Nix at quarterback? I think most of these players will.
Sure, I think there's an argument.
That's my theory at this point.
Brooks kind of makes sense because he's not needed to score right away for us, and then we can take whatever the second half of the year, production brings. But
I'm good with that. I'm honestly good with that. He's our 4th running back. We're done drafting running backs.
Yep. So you can just keep you just keep quarterback in.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Stop. What are we doing?
No, click on quarterback. Click on quarterback, then wide receiver, then tight end.
Good golly.
This draft has you that flustered.
Change that feature. I want to toggle it off, not on. Back to you quick. Has your opinion changed if he gets paid? Mine doesn't. Or does he get paid or if he moves? No. If he gets paid, no. If he moves, I actually think it's probably worse.
Can I clarify something? My opinion changes in that I'm avoiding him even more, and I'm waiting for his ADP to drop, because going to both Pittsburgh and Washington are worse situations than he's in right now. Yes, like he would be technically the one in either of those offenses, but those offenses won't be as good as San Francisco will be. So his ADP is going to fall. And until that happens, I will stay away from Ayuk. And until, it gets closer to 20, then I will be like, you know what? Brandon Ayuk is not a bad little option there.
All right. Guys, we're looking at here: Tyler Lockett, Josh Palmer, Romeo Dobbs for wide receivers. Brandon Cooks. What in the world? What are we doing? Why are running backs up? Don't want them up.
Yeah.
I'm leaning Lockett or Dobbs.
I do not mind. I mean, real quick, take a look at guys that we already have. I know the correlation has kind of gone out the window.
Correlation shot. We got nothing here.
There's
nothing here. We could go a little Indy plays New York.
Nah.
I would
say, yeah, let's do Lockett.
I'm bullish on the Seahawks offense this year. I'll take Lockett, and then if Romeo Dobbs snakes back, I'll take him. Otherwise, do you go Dontavian Wicks or A.D. Mitchell?
Neither.
With stack with ARs, we got to go AD.
Yeah, we do.
Stack with AR
to get some.
He even gets back to us. some sort of freaking respect in the wide receiver room. Goodness. I hate this. This team reminds me of Hit 'em with the Gritty. Hero wide receiver, bro. Golly, that is the worst. Makes me sick looking at his teams.
Oh man.
That's how I feel about this team right now. This might be the worst team we've drafted on Stream Time.
It's nothing that we really did, though. I mean,
yeah, it's 100% what we did. We
like,
drafted the team.
No, I meant more so like we first 3 picks were taking value.
That's
and
fair.
Then
that is true. We did go a little bit of a Jesus take the wheel for the first 3 picks.
And then what happened after that was kind of out of our control until, I mean, our Kelsey was I should say Kelsey was a value too. So we went value first 4 rounds, which like there's nothing wrong with, but like we're missing out on other components of a draft that I think other people prioritize or could or would prioritize.
Which, I mean, at some point you do just have to look at drafts and say, I'll take value. So I like, in some ways I don't hate it, but like, man, I hate looking at Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, A.D. Mitchell after Chris Olave, who has a lot of
Wasn't A.D. Mitchell your wide receiver 1 this year?
Oh, stop. He was not my wide receiver 1.
He was your wide receiver 2.
No, he was my wide receiver 5.
Correct.
In this class.
That is
right?
correct.
5? Yeah, he was. He was my wide receiver 5. So I had the big 3, Brian Thomas Jr., and then I did have A.D. Mitchell after him.
You had BT in front of him. That was bold of you.
Brian at 4, stop that. We all knew Brian Thomas Jr. was the 4th best wide receiver in this class. We all knew that.
I mean, he
was Cameron's wide receiver 1. I can say
that one. That was a little suspicious.
Since Cameron isn't here to defend himself, no. He was also Cameron's wide receiver 4. He just held him to a higher standard than I probably did. You want to go?
I like Josh Downs.
I don't know if I want to double stack Indy wide receivers here.
But we're getting. I mean, the odds of A.D. Mitchell hitting the ground right away are pretty slim. Josh Downs does.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll roll with that. And then I either want one of these two. I want a little bit of the week 17 correlation we got with Bijan, and then Gabe Davis lines up with Calvin Ridley. And that is like, Gabe Davis gives you a 20-point week, and he cracks our starting lineup in a wide receiver room that desperately needs depth right now. Do you prefer Davis or Dotson? I think I lean Davis.
I lean Davis. I like Jalen Polk actually, but
I know you like Jalen Polk. I know you like Jalen Polk, but I mean, I'm okay with Jalen Polk, but at some point we have to think about second quarterback too. But I think we need one more wide receiver before we think about second quarterback, second tight end. And frankly, with Kelsey, I'm not going to draft second tight end until probably the last 2 rounds.
Correct.
Honestly, maybe same with quarterback. I might just Derek Carr to stack with Chris Olave.
Yeah, I mean that feels like the easy one. I don't like, or we take a
Will Levis with Ridley. You could do that too. But I feel like we have plenty of options.
I think Levis would make more sense if we got Gabe Davis. Why is Darnell Mooney going that high?
Why is who?
Why is Darnell Mooney going that high? He's like wide receiver 70.
Right around. No, he's wide receiver 69.
Nice.
Yeah, watch the overrated players video. Most of them, except
check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, especially on the new channel, right? If you're, do we got anybody watching over on the new channel? We do. Thanks for hanging out. If you're not subscribed to the new channel, it is where our podcast is going to be hosted permanently from here on out. So we'll still have the old channel. It's still a short form channel. We'll post all of our shorts there, but the podcast, as I said in that video, is moving out of mom's basement. We are getting that its own channel. So if you're sub to the Shorts channel, make sure you hop on over to the new channel and subscribe over there. Because all of our long form content will be posted over there. You'll still get the shorts, but you'll also get the long form content then as well. Not high on Mooney, but I think it's a reasonable range. Should be in 2 wide receiver sets. Yeah, I 100% agree. It's not an egregious range for Mooney because I mean you're looking at Pop Douglas and Ricky Pearsall. I mean Mooney with Kirk Cousins, downfield guy, could play a nice little role. Come on, go Kirko here.
Man,
you don't really. We're not going Hawk.
No, not with Kelsey.
Not with Kelsey.
I mean,
bye week bros hate us here, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my gosh, dude, the wide receivers are ugly.
I know no one likes Thielen, but like, I don't mind Wandale. I actually go Wandale.
Why?
Because we have Colts.
Fine. How far did we reach down? We reached a full round. Jules, what are you doing up there? Look at her. Yeah, you're on stream.
That's you, Kat. That's
exposed. You. Girl, you is exposed. Murray for me, the rushing upside. And like the wrist injury, low-key kind of sketches me out with Burrow. I'll still draft Joe Burrow, but if you're asking me who has more upside, I do think it's Kyler Murray, and I would rather take him at ADP.
Yeah, I'm Kyler too. I'm much more in on T. Higgins than you guys are, but I can't like not admit that like the wrist thing scares me a bit when it comes to Joe Burrow and T. Higgins.
I would rather go Roman Wilson here with week 17 Kelsey.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. Also, Adam Thielen is just old.
Yeah, should we auto this and move into another one? I'd rather not have to go.
No, I do want to make sure we get a Levis stack and at least pick up one more tight end. But because I mean, from here on out, it's going to be what we got 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 picks left.
Oh, that Demarcus Robinson pick, that one's early. I'm a fan of Demarcus
way early. Holy smokes, that is early.
I'm a big fan of Demarcus Robinson when it comes to these kind of later round picks, but I can admit that my friend is early.
What is your take on TJ Hawkinson?
He's my uncle. So
stop. I started that. He's your wannabe uncle. He is my
he's my uncle 2 times removed.
He's my actual uncle.
No, okay.
Not really. No, that is a false statement. My worry with Hawk is that we don't have a timetable.
What are we doing here?
Noah, oh my gosh, dude! I was hoping Noah Fant would make it back around.
Hey, hashtag get you guys though, right?
I mean, yeah. Where's Thad? Thad, where are you, buddy?
We need
man.
Need Drake May? Oh, that's a Pop Douglas pick.
That's a Pop Douglas pick.
But May goes way late.
Yeah. So TJ Hawkinson, my big fear is that we don't have a timetable for him yet. That does scare me.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Even then, when he comes back to, like, it's not Kirk Cousins, but at the same time, like, it is Kevin O'Connell, and we know what his offense is like. So. Yeah. I think where he goes in drafts is pretty appropriate. That being said, I've been taking him whenever he starts to slide in drafts because when he does come back, there is some, oh my goodness. So MBG did not get Daniel Popper's report that Gus Edwards is a clear lead back so far through practices.
Yeah. What are the odds we could get an Aaron Rodgers and push Malachi? Oh, never mind. All right, we're taking Will Levis. I was going to say, what are the odds we could take Rodgers and push Malachi Corley? No, stop. You stop that. We got 4. We literally took 4 running backs in the first freaking 9 rounds. I am not drafting another running back.
Shush.
Does Levis have? Okay, good. He has a different buy than AR. Okay, so we just need a tight end who doesn't have a week 6 buy, and then
I don't mind
2 wide receivers.
I
My
think
lead would be Jonnu or Jelani if you want to stack with Anthony Richardson.
Nah.
Stop.
Juwan Johnson. There it is. Juwan Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Dude, he's my favorite
him?
like late round tight end.
We can
sure, we can try.
Dude, my shares are gonna be out of control. I don't really care. My Javon Baker shares are out of control. You can't stop me. I don't care if he's the wide receiver 4. You can't stop me. He's got I need whenever I draft him, I need the image to come up of the X-ray of the rib cage, and it's just got dogs in it. Like I just need, every time that comes up, I need some sort of drop. She's like, he got that dog in him. Or I want the clip where he says, I'll make people in wheelchairs stand up. Right. Like I need that to play as that pops up on the screen. I need it.
I'm going to see if there's some kind of like sound bite that I can find online for like, I got that dog in me or something.
I need the actual Javon Baker clip where he says, I'll make people in wheelchairs stand up. Right. Like I need that clip. That's the clip I need when I draft Javon Baker, because that's what I'm drafting. I'm not drafting, I got that dog in me. I'm like, he's very clearly has that dog in him, but I need Jules, what are you doing? What are you playing with back there? Get over here. Get over here.
Get over here.
All right. So we still do need a tight end. We pushed Juwan Johnson. You just want to reach and take Juwan here?
Yes. Yes, we shall.
It's good by me. And then we'll have one more pick for a wide receiver, which I'm very okay with.
I say we go someone outside of the top 90.
Oh, 100%. We can't draft anybody in the top 90. Are you kidding me? What are we, rookies?
Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver 1.
You stop that. We're not drafting Kendrick Bourne. The question is, how far down do you scroll? Right? Because at some point you're like, we're scrolling down to frickin' like Juwan Jennings ain't gonna be of any help to you. Kadarius Toney won't be, right? Like at what point do you stop scrolling?
Right.
Traylon Burks, I think, is my last scroll.
Yeah.
That's my last scroll. I'm a big fan of 18th round Khalif Raymond, personally.
Sure. I go back up a little bit. I don't mind Jalen Hyatt here just because of Giants Colts. Oh, you missed it. It's a Y. It's a Y.
Bop, got him.
Oh,
got him. That's clutch. That's clutch. All right. Now that the draft's over, let's answer a few questions here. I've seen them coming in. Jackson asked, how many the same bye weeks on your roster is too many?
Never.
For something like this, okay, so if we're talking home leagues, I typically don't want more than 3 players at the same position with the same bye week. I hear some people where it's like, well, I'll just have the same 2 bye weeks and I'll lose those 2 weeks. I just don't think that's a good strategy personally. Because then what happens when those players get injured? You're really toast then. So personally, I don't want more than 2 at the same position. And that, like at quarterback and tight end, I don't want them with the same bye weeks. But if you have 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers with the same bye week, it's not the end of the world, but I typically don't want to stack too many bye weeks on my team.
Yeah. I am the same way. I don't want my quarterbacks and tight ends to have the bye or the same bye, but I don't want my starting running backs and wide receivers to have the same bye weeks. Any depth pieces after that, I really do not care about bye weeks because I can move off of depth in whatever way I want to. So it's usually, it's fine that if a depth piece has the same bye week as a starter, at that point I'm just like, whatever, like that does not really matter to me. So as long as my starters are maybe 2 players will share the same bye, that's fine, but like no more than that for me.
Yeah, I actually enjoy stacking bye weeks, especially tight end quarterbacks. I believe it feels incorrectly over avoiding those combos. I think there's something to be said about that.
True.
I don't necessarily hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily hate that, but I think you also then have to build your team very strategically around avoiding bye weeks then versus if you're just like, oh, I just, I'll avoid, I don't have to avoid them as much when you're only focusing on two at the same position. But there's also something to be said about this too. Brock Bowers, you see that report that came out today?
No.
I believe it was Hayden Winks tweeted it out. Basically, who was it? Luke Getzey that said it. Basically, it's like number one priority for my tight ends, need them to block first. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm not putting too much weight into it, but right, like I'm already like my exposure to Brock Bowers is like 0 because I don't believe in year one tight ends. And I know Brock Bowers is a different player. I know Kyle Pitts had success his rookie season. Brock Bowers is, touted to be a very similar prospect to Kyle Pitts in regards to the level of talent, not necessarily the skill, but the level of talent. But these massive seasons from tight end ones are from rookie tight ends to be tight end ones are just so rare. And no matter how good Brock Bowers is, he's not somebody who I think is going to outperform his ADP. Like he's being drafted as a tight end 12. I think he finishes at the tight end 10 at absolute best. That's my Brock Bowers take. I'm not excited to draft him because I don't think he has any upside from where he's being drafted. If he's going as like the tight end 14, tight end 15, I'd be all over it. But when I'm drafting him as a tight end 11, tight end 12, he's going to give me maybe one spot above where he's being drafted in terms of tight ends. Like I may as well just draft David Njoku at that point. I may as well draft Jake Ferguson at that point. That's where I stand.
My guy, Jake Ferguson.
Brock Bowers or Ferguson?
Oh, Jake Ferguson. Yeah. Every time.
Before we dive into another one, Ty, because we'll do one more here since those fly through really, really quick. Mm-hmm. Any under the radar stacks that you like? I don't know if it's under the radar. I love any Ram stack I can get.
Yeah.
Any Ram stack I can get. I am all over it. The other one I'll throw out there. This is like really deep and really under the radar and frankly kind of gross. I like some people might like prepare yourselves to like have a bucket or a trash bin or something around you. You might actually vomit when I say this stack. You won't, Ty. You're perfectly fine. How about Jaden Daniels and Zach Ertz?
Yes.
A little 10th round, little 10, 11, 12 round, 10, 11 round Jaden Daniels and a little 18th round Zach Ertz. People drafted Ben Sennett like crazy, but Zach Ertz kept Trey McBride off the field for how long?
Uh-huh.
Like Ben Sennett is, I mean, he's a nice little player, but like nothing to write home about in year one. You bring in the vet for a reason. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Commanders' weapons as a whole. Like, I'm not drafting much Terry. I'm drafting more Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson's my most drafted Washington pass catcher. And then Zach Ertz. But like Jaden Daniels, Zach Ertz. Again, if you vomited, I don't blame you. But anyone that you like before we dive into another draft?
Under the radar stacks. I do not mind a little Calvin Ridley, Will Levis stack.
Yep.
I also do not mind a little Ram stack. I'm cool. I like specifically like Demarcus Robinson, Kobe Parkinson, and then like Blake Corum too, if he fits the bill that I've got. Like, I'm cool with the later round Rams. Like, yes, obviously you want to get a Puka and a Cooper Kupp to go with Matt Stafford, but like when it comes to best ball, it is kind of 1 week. That's all you need. And I think Kobe Parkinson is going to be pretty much Tyler Higbee like in this Rams offense. So I'm A-okay scooping up as the tight end 30.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of round 18 clicks, right? You get Zach Ertz in round 18. You can get Kobe Parkinson round 18 too. I mean, easy
Johnson
easy
even
in that range. Yeah, right.
And to be completely honest, I know a lot of people like, yes, Travis Kelce, Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews, they are the difference makers when it comes to tight ends in fantasy. But if I'm going to miss out on the top 8 or 9, I am like very okay waiting and using the last 3 picks of my draft on Juwan Johnson, Kobe Parkinson, and Zach Ertz. Quite literally in that order.
Yeah. I don't know about a big season from Ertz, but a fantasy relevant one. I think he'll be fantasy relevant in more weeks than people are expecting this year. So I don't think like a big season, but one where I think people are definitely undervaluing how much of a contributor he could probably be on a week-to-week basis.
Yep.
Yeah, I also like this one. Draft Amon-Ra St. Brown early and Goff late. I love this one, especially when they're playing 14 of 17 games indoors this year. This is another good one that I agree with. I do like, and is like obtainable. That's the other thing. Like I think a lot of these stacks we've talked about are super easily obtainable. Versus, if it's like Josh Allen and Dalton Kincaid, that's just not as easily obtainable as some of these other ones that we've talked about.
It's like the only high end stack that I can think of that is actually pretty easy. The two, I'll clarify, the two very high end stacks that are pretty easy to get when it comes to underdog drafts: Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
Yeah,
because you're able to get.
I
AJ
do
Brown
like that. That's the one I'm all over. I'm all over
you,
that stack.
You can get Brown at the end of the mid to end of the first round, and then you can grab Hurts at the beginning of the fourth round. That's a really easy one. And if you get lucky with the right draft, you can get a Lamar or a Mark Andrews late fourth and get the push on the other guy in the early fifth. And that's happened a couple times to me. And every time that happens, it's like a mini little fist pump. It's like, yes, got it. Yes.
All right, let's do it. If you want to dive into another draft with us,
now's your time.
A 2:15-second clock. We're going to dive in here. If you want to hop in, we're the only ones in the lobby. We got the whole lobby to ourselves.
Come on now.
Come on in and join us. Yeah, so Roy does bring up a valid point of you got to draft both AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts super early. There's something to be said about that. I don't disagree with being off-put by that. At the same time, though, I don't want to leave any of my drafts at this point without drafting one of these upper echelon 1Z kind of guys, right? Like,
yep.
I like Kyler Murray is the lowest I'm willing to go. And he's going as like the quarterback 9. If I don't leave with one of those guys, frankly, if I leave without, which shows I need to spread out my exposure a little bit more, right? Like I'm underweight on CJ Stroud. I'm underweight on Joe Burrow. It's mostly ADP and how I'm building my teams that I'm just not drafting either of those guys. But I'm definitely underweight on Mahomes too. My gosh, I think I've drafted Mahomes maybe twice. I'm super underweight there, but like Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Anthony Richardson, and Kyler Murray. Like those are the guys I love drafting. I said Jalen Hurts. Yeah, those are the guys I love drafting. And frankly, I want to be drafting guys with mobile upside in these best ball drafts. So I'm targeting all of them because they all have mobility upside, which is the downfall. You have to spend the early picks on them, but every team I've with the exception of stacks where I specifically target that San Francisco, Detroit week 17 stack, and I just like build up that game as much as I can. Take two weapons from each team and then take a Jared Goff. Like those, most of my teams I don't like if I don't lead my draft with one of those mobile upside guys first.
Yeah, when it comes to Hurts and AJ Brown, yes, you do have to take them relatively early. But the beauty is that that they are going to be one of the top players at their position. So like AJ Brown, ever since getting to Philly, has never been outside of the top 10. So you're getting a bona fide top 10 guy. Jalen Hurts hasn't been outside of the top 3, top 5. Like you know what you're getting with those guys. So, you can at least like you can be okay with the price tag that comes with those guys versus going with a Josh Allen. Like, yes, we know how good Josh Allen is, but like, you run the risk of like not being able to like correlate or stack with him just because of where his teammates go in drafts.
As we're waiting for 3 more people here and figuring out where we're going to be drafting, preference to draft, find middle is best. Beginning is cheeks. 2-3 turn is gross. Even the 1-2 turn is gross, unless if you can land a Garrett Wilson and Jahmyr Gibbs. It's like the only stack I'm like, or the only pairing I'm like excited to get at the 1-2 turn this year. But I agree with Mario here. Like anywhere between like the 105 to the 108 is like optimal, I think, this year.
Oh yeah. Yep. I was gonna say
I would go 104 to 108 maybe, but 105 to 108 feels optimal.
The only guy that like outside of McCaffrey that I really want inside the top 4 is Tyreek.
Right.
Because CD, like, yeah, we know how good he was at the end of the season, but we also saw how pretty bad it was at the beginning of the season. So I'm not saying that like that's like his floor is where it was last year at the beginning of the season, but like there is something to be said about how not great his performances were at the beginning of the season. Jamar, the Joe Burrow thing. Yeah. Because we're gonna start with Breece Hall, aren't we?
No. You stop that. You stop that. Wow, not many badge bros in here.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. 106, 107. That's like my ideal spot because at the 106, typically Jamar Chase is gone at that point versus 105. You're staring down Jamar Chase or Amon-Ra, and you're like, it feels wrong to take Amon-Ra with Jamar on the board, and he's technically like falling at that point, but like,
well, in half PPR, I'm taking Jamar over Amon-Ra every time.
Okay.
Amon-Ra
your dynasty lens is deceiving you.
My dynasty, you take that back. Not at all. I have Jamar. Do I? Actually, I think I might have Amon-Ra ranked ahead of Jamar.
I didn't.
In my full PPR.
I don't.
In my half PPR, I definitely have Jamar ahead of Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I didn't.
We're not going to have to debate. Oh, actually, we might have to debate this.
Cam paid me to say that just so your value could drop on him. So,
Breece or Amon-Ra?
That's Amon-Ra for me.
Fine. Since we went running back first round last time, we should probably go wide receiver this so we don't hate our
Yeah, team. we need to switch it up here.
It is true. We probably do. There was I did see this. I like a Justin Fields round 18 click too. I've been sprinkling him in a decent amount in 3 quarterback builds. If I end up going like who's going in that 10-11 range, just like Jordan Love and I guess Caleb Williams is in that range. If I go Jaden Daniels as my quarterback 1, and then I pick up like 2 late round guys like a Will Levis, and then I'll sprinkle some Justin Fields in there. Mostly because if he pops in halfway through the season and his rushing upside goes through the roof, I mean, you might be looking at a top 10 guy rest of the season. So yeah, I agree. I'm willing to go unstack Justin Fields in the 18th, just to get some upside at the quarterback position if I missed out on one of those top 10 guys, or built a team that didn't require me to build around that.
I know that last year was pretty much was an anomaly for an 18th round pick to hit, but like my fear with Fields in the 18th is that he could be a dead roster spot, that actually he doesn't see the field at all this year.
Well, who in the 18th round isn't going to be? That's my question. Half of these guys might be dead roster spots in the 18th. So why not? Why not shoot for the upside?
Just because I think you can get upside with other guys. I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
And it can be a you thing. That's fine. It's not a me thing. Oh, Debo or JT?
Debo. That's a San Francisco, Detroit, week 17.
Week 17. I'm good with that. JT, like in the middle of the second two,
He's my
fine with it.
fallback. If I can't correlate, can't stack, he's my fallback.
Right. He's the guy where I'm like, I kind of don't want to draft any of you right now based on how I'm envisioning, not that you can plan out your entire draft from the first round, but he's the guy where it's like, I don't know, it's not worth reaching to get a stack. So JT, I guess you're my safety guy here. But yeah, I agree. I think you go Amon-Ra Debo for that week 17 if you can get that right away. I will say I'm not going to be drafting Sam Laporta unless if he gets he falls.
What, you don't want the tight end 1, dude? What?
Oh shoot, we're 3 picks away already.
Achane or Kyron for me.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Achane, yeah, 100% agree.
I like Kyron maybe a little bit more because I think, NFC. Yep. Beautiful.
I'm a big fan of that.
Beautiful.
Big fan of the start.
I know Kyron is a pretty scary guy in the third round, but like his upside for the third round,
I'm happy to draft him in the third. Oh, I am happy to draft him in the third. It's the second round that I get nervous drafting Kyron. And not because I don't think he can pay off on that, but if I can get a third round value on him, again, after Malik Neighbors, unproven, after DJ Moore, who adds Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, rookie quarterback, after Cooper Kupp, same team, but like, what are we doing? The guy was averaging 21.5 per game last year, right? Like, I know that's not going to be the same this year after drafting Blake Corum, but like in the third, he could outscore Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley.
And Jahmyr Gibbs.
And potentially, yeah. Seems like correlation is the new term this season. Yeah. So I think what we're seeing here, Roy, is best ball is starting to emerge even more. And so when you get to your home leagues, I think correlation is going to start mattering less. So when we're in big tournaments like best ball, when the prizes are won in week 17, we want to start correlating those games because if those games pop, that's what's going to win us the money. Now, you have to get to week 17 first, right? Like, we're not out here trying to build our entire teams around one game, but when you're looking ahead to those week 17 matchups, like that's when we're talking about correlation, that's what we're talking about there. I'm a fan of Amari Cooper here personally.
I'm a fan of Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, I see. I knew you were going to say that, and I think I might take that back. Is that a value on Kelsey again?
It is.
Can we push McBride, you think?
I would say push Andrews. Great. Oh. Yeah, my bad. I'm good. No, I'm good with that. I didn't explain fully that we could have gone Lamar
push Andrews.
But
we could have.
That's being in the middle is tough for that kind of push.
See, but this is a team where I'm happy going Jaden Daniels and then a Jared Goff.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. I think
I'm okay going Brock Purdy, Jared Goff as our quarterbacks. And I know you hate that.
I don't want to double stack week 17 quarterbacks.
What? Really don't. What if it's an 80-point week?
Why did I think we could push McBride? Why didn't I all look like the board? Why did I think we could push McBride?
That was you.
That was 100% me. That was 100% me. I don't know why I thought we were closer to the turn. That's fine. Okay. So we got
Kincaid if he falls.
I do need to up my Kincaid exposure.
Yeah.
Again, our wide receivers are going to be poor, but
it's much better than looking at like Olave and
whatever we had last draft.
Receiver.
Yeah. You go with Kincaid? I'm fine.
Oh, heck yeah. I think what's his name on BDGE? What's his name? Nick. There. He did a video talking about like I think the guys that he is always taking in these underdog drafts, and he's like, really any of these top 5 tight ends that can slide.
The last one out of the top 5.
Yep. And it's like, yeah, I agree with that every single time. There's always one that makes it to the middle of the fifth. And every time that happens, I'm taking that tight end.
Yeah, I mean, look, you get Kelsey, McBride, Mark Andrews, all right there. I mean,
yep,
that's crazy.
I
think hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I think I accidentally blocked Roy because somehow I don't see his messages. I don't know how to unblock. Roy's over on Facebook, so you're good. You're good, Ben. Roy's over on Facebook.
Yeah,
you're all good. So you probably don't see him over on YouTube.
Yeah, real quick, I do want to talk about this though, because when drafts were starting, this was my initial thought for quite literally both of them, where I was like, Saquon's going to steal Hurts or steal touchdowns from Hurts, and Hurts is going to steal touchdowns from Saquon. And it's like, wait a second. We literally just saw in 2022, Miles Sanders have 11 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts still had 13 rushing touchdowns. Like, there's a way for both of them to absolutely feast in this background or in this backfield. You know what? I don't mind it.
I don't have enough room. I also think he's going to be the guy in 2 wide receiver sets. I think Keenan Allen's
Ron had a point.
So the more I thought about it, and the more so this is what's been helpful is oh my gosh, spit it out. For when we've been changing up our content, we've been pulling some all 22 now, and it's been really helpful for me to go back and start looking at games from the last year. Like we go back and we watch these games every week, but like it's been helpful for me to go back and realize how much JSN was pulled off the field last year. And he was playing in the slot, and how much he lined up in the slot was crazy, and how much he was getting pulled off the field was uncomfy. Are we gonna get this? Sorry, I'm like,
we're gonna get. It was the look that you made when you saw that he was there.
Unstacked, don't care.
Hey, there's a little bit of
18th
Rams
round Greg Dortch, here we come.
There's a little Rams. Oh, we just locked ourselves into Kobe Parkinson too. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Go. Even though we have Kincaid already, we got Kobe Parkinson. Real quick though, back to you were talking about the pulling all 22 stuff for our videos and stuff.
Yes. In regards to Rome Odunze, yes. It was helpful to go back and see how much JSN was actually played in the slot and how much Shane Waldron actually took him off the field in 2 wide receiver sets. It was always DK and Lockett out there in 2 wide receiver sets. And I think if Keenan Allen's going to be playing the slot, he's going to be the one actually coming off the field, not Rome Odunze.
I think at the beginning of the year, we're going to see Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and then eventually by the end of the season, it'll be Rome Odunze and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
So that's me saying like there is still value with Keenan Allen. Like don't get it like twisted that like fade Keenan Allen to the moon, right? Like
right.
He's still got value here.
I would agree with that. You go with James Conner here.
I would say Courtland Sutton. It feels like we need to go another receiver here. I know.
Why do you love I don't share your same love of Courtland Sutton. I just don't. We can go Courtland Sutton. It's fine. I ignored you last draft. We'll do Courtland Sutton this round. Well, James Conner just went, so we're going Courtland Sutton. Good looks, Ty. Great pick, Ty. Great pick.
I almost throw Zach Moss too, but that wouldn't be.
Yeah. As much as I love Zach Moss, yeah.
For me, I would have said
Courtland Sutton with Bo Nix. I get the touchdowns were there, but man, like the basically wide receiver after basically wide receivers 47 to I guess I get excited about Rashid Shaheed, so I can't say basically 40 Keon Coleman, Jamison Williams, Courtland Sutton, and who is going as wide receiver 50? Who is it? Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
None of those guys like excite me.
With Cortland Sutton, it's just a matter of like he's got. I mean, his upside, weekly upside, may not be the same. Oh
Look at
boy,
this tier of quarterbacks here.
it's about time that they start going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, not 6 picks past ADP isn't like a steal, but like,
Where's Brian Williams going that early?
I'd like a little Rashid Shaheed here. I don't know about you.
Sure,
And love me some Sheed.
you could have gone Trey Benson to get your Rams Arizona stuff again, but
yeah. Peyton
I
can
get it
turn
though.
Nick's son into Breeze Michael Thomas. I mean, hey, Bo Nix is for some people. Bo Nix isn't for me though. I get it. I get it. You know, I get the last 2 years at Oregon were nice. Just not for me, personally. I think he's got a lot of translating to do to the league. I think he's got a semi-limited skill set.
I think
only as a 12th overall pick.
Yeah.
I don't want to say semi-limited, but like not a guy I'm taking 12th overall. I'll just say it like that.
Cortland Sutton to me is a guy that like you should be targeting if you've got guys that may not be seeing the field right away or may not be as consistent, i.e. like Roma Dunze. So if we had not taken a Dunze and maybe like, I don't know, Chris Godwin went way earlier, but like, let's say Chris Godwin slipped and it was Chris Godwin instead of Odunze, I would not have said Cortland Sutton.
That's fair. Still might get some Trey Benson here.
Hey.
Which I'd be okay with.
Or hey. No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, dang. Oh, no. There was no way I was going to convince you with Purdy.
No, you were not going to convince me.
I say Benson.
I would go Trey
Benson. Again, I don't mind Jaden Daniels, but like he does not fit the team at all.
No. Staying away from Denver altogether. Yeah, I'm like Javonte, I have him ranked right at ADP, but he doesn't excite me. A lot of different toolsy running backs, right? You got Audric Estime, who's probably going to be an early down guy. You've got, I know you kind of like Javonte. You got, Jaleel McLaughlin, who I think is going to get his share. What are you doing over there?
Because we're just talking about Denver Broncos players, I'm trying to make it entertaining. Because whenever I find myself talking about Broncos players, I'm just like, this
what
is
are we doing?
What are we doing?
Let's talk about another team. That's not the Denver Broncos.
Please.
I'm tempted to reach down here. Yeah.
For
Goff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I shouldn't say reach down. It's one pick ahead of ADP.
I don't mind Zeke either, but we just took Trey Benson, so we don't need to go with another running back here.
No, this will probably be a 5-6 running back team, honestly.
It's fine.
Oh, my Jalen Polk. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Scroll down a little bit. Don't hate it. Don't love it.
It's just kind of how it happened.
I get we want to get excited about the potential of one of these Patriots guys. That's why I'm drafting so much Javon Baker, though, because Pop Douglas and Jalen Polk keep getting their prices driven up. No, I'm not excited about them enough to take them where they're at. Well, so let me rephrase that. I will take Jalen Polk as a wide receiver at 66. Yes. I will take him at ADP. I will not draft him. I will not draft him round and a half ahead of ADP just to have him.
Yeah, we're not going out of our way to go get these Patriots wide receivers
because none of them excite me enough. I don't know who it's gonna be. Hey, yeah, Nick, thanks for checking in here about that, man. So we are announcing the winner. It'll be tomorrow. Because we are doing a fresh giveaway for every new video that we post on the channel for the month, on our new channel for the month of July. If you are watching this over on our old YouTube channel, there are a handful of you over there. Make sure you make your way on over to our new channel for all of our podcast content over there. We'll be strictly live streaming over there as well in future weeks. We're trying to bridge the gap right now, right? So that winner will be announced tomorrow. Let's make a pick quick here, Ty, and then I'll kind of dive into that a little bit more.
Gabe Davis.
We don't have any Colts though, do we? Or not Colts, Titans.
Could go Rico.
I'm fine. I'm fine with Rico. I'm actually warming up to the
Yeah.
idea of, or Ty Chandler.
Nah, Rico.
All right, we can go Rico. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. The giveaway announcement will be tomorrow, Nick. So we'll basically what we'll do is we will comment on the previous video and we will announce the winner there. We'll pin that comment, and then we'll have you get in contact with us, and we'll make sure you get a copy of that draft guide. Then we'll get you added. So yeah, you can expect that tomorrow. We'll tag the winner, and then you can re-enter on the next video by commenting over there if you're subscribed to the new channel. So again, for those of you, if you are watching on the old channel, you want all of our podcast content, we will be moving our podcast content over to that new channel starting probably next week will probably be the last week we overlap. We'll overlap for 2 weeks, but then we're going to strictly move it over there. So make sure you get over there now. We're going to be moving live streams over there. We're going to be moving all of our long form content over there. If you comment on our most recent video, you'll be entered for a chance to win our 2024 draft guide for absolutely free.
$0, 0 cent. Jaleel.
You think so?
I don't mind it.
Intrusive thoughts one.
He's your uncle.
Had to. So the other thing, this is a build I like building Hawkinson with, mostly because I think Kincaid is the. How do I want to say this? Kincaid is the least sure thing of those top 5 tight ends.
Oh, sure.
Of those top 5 tight ends. And so when I draft Kincaid, I want to make sure I have at least one other piece of insurance, but then we can still draft Kobe Parkinson, 18th round and still get another guy who we know for sure will be playing a role. But, we could take a gamble on Hawk and potentially draft another wide receiver in this range. That's kind of how I'm viewing it when he comes back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's typically when I've done my Hawkinson selecting is when I have someone in front of him. So like any of the top 5 guys, commonly with Jake Ferguson, and then I'm also taking Hawk, and then that's it. I'm not touching tight end.
Yep, I agree. I think we'll want one more running back, and then we'll
not
probably
Ray Davis.
No. I get why people like Ray Davis, but I'm not like I didn't mind him coming out. I just don't see entirely the path there when there was no running back rushing touchdowns to begin with. Who do you like in this range?
I don't
what stacks we got going on here?
Yeah.
You go Roman Wilson, get a little Pacheco.
Sure.
That's a week 17. I know we just drafted Roman Wilson, but like you look at him, Wandale, Rashad, Troy Franklin.
Oh, maybe we get a push. Nope.
That was the pick.
That was the
pick.
Can I just go get dinner now?
I mean, if you want, I'll close this out. That's fine.
No, it's
I can close
Sad boy hours all of a sudden here in Minnesota.
I mean, you are like you're DeMarcus Robinson love is like on a whole different level for a 15th round guy.
Whoa. He's not just a 15th round guy. He's a 15th round guy in the Rams offense. That's what it is. No, currently though, just so you know, DeMarcus Robinson's my highest exposed, or I have the highest exposure on DeMarcus Robinson of any player.
You go with Malachi Corley?
Yeah, I also don't mind Corley this late too.
I don't either.
Because there is a way for him to end as the wide receiver 2 on this team. And with his ability after the catch, you could get some spike weeks. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yep. I mean, if you're going Jets Bills, if you somehow get suckered into that stack, that's one that I love Malachi Corley.
If you get, did you say suckered into it?
Yeah, because I've done it in too many drafts and I hate how my teams turn out.
That is you.
Yeah.
The amount of times that you have gone with a Jets Bills week 17 build.
Sucker myself into it. I did it. So I did it with Ron Stewart on stream. What, like 3 weeks ago that was now?
Yeah, it
was just like, but
into Braylon Allen just because, like,
that's Ron. I look. Hey, love Ron, love Ron. I love his
Jets
content.
fan.
Right, I got to entertain the Jets fan now. But that was one where it's like, as the picks kept falling, it's like, you know, we've kind of drafted the players to just start making this build. I don't like trying to stack the Bills. The Jets are much easier to stack, but they end up being some of not my least favorite teams, but I'm not in love with them. All right, 3 picks away. We're going to need a running back here. How about Braylon Allen?
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Nah, it's Tyrone Tracy for me.
Tyrone Tracy. Yeah. Oh, little C.
But we have Pacheco.
That was a disturbing sound I just made for C.
It was. Sorry, chat.
Man.
Tyrone Tracy. Come on now. Come on down.
You and I are 2 different breeds of people. There's me who will forever click 18th round CEH. There are people like you who just want to take chances on Tyrone Tracy.
Hey, hold on. Can I just say, who was the person that originally brought up the idea of a CEH flyer in the 18th round?
Davis Maddock.
Then who?
Probably not you. I mean, for being honest.
This guy.
When did you? I honestly don't remember this. You can pull receipts. That's fine. Pull receipts.
I'm gonna go find a receipt.
You can go pull receipts. I'll close out this draft. I'll intentionally skip Colby Parkinson the 18th now, just to piss you off.
Actually, it probably makes more sense to not go Parkinson here, because then we go oversaturated tight ends, and then we got 2 on week 6 buys.
So
the bye week bros
won't be happy with us. We have Kincaid. I care less about that.
But like Colby Parkinson, bro. Like,
yeah, whatever. Do we need another? I'm fine with a 5 running back build. Wide receivers. Oh, Ty, your guy.
No, sorry, Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton.
We need to stack Tyler with somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
What?
Unbelievable. I'm gonna cry. Why?
There's no way we just got sniped on Colby Parkinson in the 17th. How far? Where is Colby being ranked? Where is he? 29, 210.
I'm gonna cry. Everybody hurts.
So you had a bad day.
We need, you know what we need by the end of the year? We need a montage of live snipes and have that be the background music.
Who do you think will be the most underrated player this year? Not to spoil, but our best bargains, our undervalued video is coming out tomorrow on the new channel. Not to push the new channel even more, but that video is coming out tomorrow. So if you want to wait for that, I'll give you a sneak peek. We drafted one of the players who I actually think might be the most underrated player this year.
Is it a guy that I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, of course not. Never.
Why would it be Rico?
What are you doing?
Who do you want?
Not a tight end. Darius Slayton. There's a chance that he could be the wide receiver 2 on the Giants.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. You're talking about Justin Fields has a roster block.
You're just hating for no reason.
I sneaky do like a little bit of Darius Slayton this year.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
But like not in that build though. Not in that build.
Dude.
I wasn't a fan.
We had Tyrone Tracy.
I want a Kobe Parkinson.
Yeah, I did too. Want the people to know.
So my big fear is that when we only leave 2 tight ends though in these drafts, and Hawkinson might not be back until week 7. What happens if Kincaid gets hurt week 5? We don't have a tight end to play. You hate money. That's what you just told me.
No, he
said, hold on, let me go get a $10 bill and 2 months right now and watch me take a Bic lighter to that sucker.
No,
I'll suffer first-degree burns on my hand watching this thing burn.
I'm just going for 1.5 mil. That's the only difference. You're going for 25K. I'm going for 1.5 mil.
So you're saying you haven't drafted Darius Slayton in Best Ball Mania?
Oh, dude, I have been taking a ton of Slayton in Best Ball Mania.
Found our guy who's burning $25 an entry, people. We love it. Donating. On
an 18th round pick. Your draft sucks.
Donating the 18th round. Underdog saying we love T-Plat 13. We need to get him a tax write-off. He's donating so much money this year.
Great guy here.
Biggest donor. Ray Davis, highest exposure, 33%.
Huh?
I do know some people who really like Ray Davis. Again, I like Ray Davis, the player coming out, and I get
he was your running back 1. Sorry.
Can I can oh there we go. I can mute you. I can mute you manually because I'm the host. I do think there's some truth to this where, Josh Allen, I think he probably won't score as many rushing touchdowns as he did last year. Some of that will have to go to a goal line back. And I think some of that will go to Ray Davis. How do I say this? He doesn't excite me. I'm okay drafting him. I get why people are drafting him. I really do. And I gotta sprinkle a little bit more on Ray Davis probably, but just not extremely exciting 2-minute minor. Yeah, and the big tournaments can't worry too much about whether your top 5 picks get injured. No. Well, I completely understand that. It's more so, what do you do for those 2 weeks? I'm not saying those 2 weeks are the difference makers, but that's where I'm like looking at a Kobe Parkinson there, just for that reason. But I get it. In the big tournaments, you can't worry about it. I do agree with that statement.
I just don't want to hear anything when Darius Slayton drops 30 and 30, week 17, week 16, week 17, and I can't believe.
Hey, you know what? When he does, I will come on stream and publicly apologize. We'll be doing best ball playoff drafts, and I will apologize. I will let you draft our entire team. I will just be apologizing repeatedly because you were right.
There's no way anyone could actually like predict that happening.
No. There's literally no way. Y'all's banter is phenomenal. So this is what we love about the streams is like, podcasts, it's a little more cleaned up. Short form is obviously very cleaned up. We got a minute to get through everything. It's got to be polished and cleaned up. Live streams are like the one way that we just get to cut loose and like, sure, things are scripted. Sure, we can pull stats out of our back pocket and, talk about players and whatnot. But like most of the time, this is just us having fun. So I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out, Ben. We're going to sign off here. We actually got to record our podcast here in 30 minutes probably. So
Yep. And I got to grab my film and do my notes.
You gotta. Oh my gosh, Ty, we're not getting this done by 10 p.m.
Time management skills, baby, are at a peak right now.
Anything you want to add before we sign off? You and Cameron going live Monday next week?
I'll
be live Wednesday.
Why not?
Yeah, it depends on his apartment.
I was gonna say
his house. Sorry, I can't say
his
apartment.
house.
His house.
We'll see if he's done watching paint dry on his walls.
Appreciate you, Ben. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
That is true. He is probably watching paint dry on his walls right now. Y'all are cooked and not making it before. Good thing we're central. We got 2.5 hours.
Who said a little caffeine can't help?
Hey, you know what? I went to the gym today. I down a Celsius before I go to the gym. I haven't worked out I don't think I've worked out since July 1st. You ever done 200 meters on a water rower before?
Oh, dude, were you just going absolutely?
So, you're lucky. So no, okay. So quick story before we sign off here. It was 200 meter benchmark day. So typically you go. Typically there's like I go to Orange Theory, right? For all the bougie people out there who also pay way too much for their gym memberships. 200 meters is very standard. Some stronger caffeine that'll keep you up as long as you need. I'll pass, but good to know. I'll shoot you a DM if I need it.
Right. If we ever need it, we'll let you know.
All right. So back to the story, right? So I down a Celsius every time before I go to the gym, go to Orange Theory, and it's all right, like coach led, and there's 3 different stations. It's treadmill, rower, and then like floor free weight exercises. And so I always start on the rower. 200 meters is very standard, right? And there's 3 different paces they typically have you go at. There is like the base pace, which is just like steady, easy. You're getting warmed up. You can do it for long periods of time. You have your push pace, which is like, all right, starting to feel a little bit more tired. It's not quite like I'm going as hard as I can, but like I can definitely feel I'm getting my workout in. And then all out is like you're going balls to the walls, right? And so 200 meters typically isn't bad. Like if you're going at a push pace for 200 meters, easy. You know, you do it in like 45, 50 seconds or so. Very easy. So it was 200 meter benchmark day on the rower, which means you were trying to set your personal best on the rower. And the coach was saying like, all right, so typically, you know, we're having you do like more smooth, long, smooth, long push strokes. This is like, you are like, it is like 80% of your legs and you are just flying. I kid you not. I'm like, I don't want to brag. I put up the fastest time today. 29 seconds, but I'm sitting there like yanking this. I'm going like 50 strokes, like 52 strokes a minute, like 800 watts at pull, which is like absurd. Normally you're pulling like 210. So I'm like quintupling that almost. I'm like, freak yeah. Close out the freaking session on the rower. Oh yeah, you're going to try and beat it. I had just done 20 in between. We had to do 20 jump squats and 40 pulse squats. Cameron, shut up. You can come in. Well, hold on. We'll let you on stream right now.
Yeah, jump on in.
Come on in. Come on in.
I'll moderate. You guys can go
come on in. I know where you live. I'll throw hands. But so they have us do this again. And I just done 20 full out jump squats, 40 pull squats, 20 with each leg. We do it again. I'm like, dude, I am cooked. I think I got like, it was like 30 and a half seconds on my second one. I didn't beat my first time. I got up. That Celsius almost came right back up. I stepped out. I'm like, I have never stepped out of a workout. I haven't worked out in 10 days. I'm out here ripping and ripping. Oh my gosh, that Celsius almost came. That was a really long way to tell a story about Celsius, but
hey, drink Celsius. Drink Celsius.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but hey, you never know.
Thanks for hanging out tonight, y'all. We'll see if we'll be back Monday. Cam and Ty might be back on Monday. I don't know, Cam. You can show up and confirm that check-in. You won't. Your house done yet?
Yeah.
Can I deliver your Underdog sign to you yet?
Oh, that's right. You've been holding on to that for like 3 months now.
Hey, it wasn't my fault that I got to.
Thank you. Thank you,
Underdog. We'll be back maybe on Monday. We'll be back next Wednesday for sure. So again, if you're not subscribed to the new channel, make sure you do that. Ask me about it.
It's with me, so you can just say no. I know what you really want to say. It's fine.
Make sure you subscribe to the new channel. We're going to be moving all of our long form content over there, including lives coming up soon. We're going to be going through next week before we fully move over to that channel. So we're trying to give a 2-week buffer here for you all to move from the Shorts channel now over to the new Fantasy Football Podcast and live stream channel. So make sure you do that. Make sure you're subbed over there. Again, if you comment on our most recent video and subscribe, we are giving one person who comments and subscribes a free copy of our 2024 draft guide. We're doing that on every video we post for the month of July. So make sure you subscribe over there as well. Cameron's sick. He can't make it. Classic. So we're not going live on Monday. Cameron just confirmed that. Your fault. You're not giving the people what they want, Cameron. All right. We got to get going because we got to record the podcast here soon. Ty, you got to take notes and do your film. So we will see you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. Deuces.
Later.